Hi guys, British Indian Gamer. It's been a while. I've been off the YouTube thing for about a month because I've been trying to get myself back together. It's been, I think, this is the fourth month now. I'm actually suffering with long COVID. People are asking me what it is. Some people have looked up what it is. I'm kind of learning as I'm going along, like most people are. I've been back and forth with the doctors, and that's what they've come back with. They're going, "You're suffering long COVID," which is basically fatigue, pains all over my body, and I mean literally all over my body. I'll have them in my head, I'll have them on my eyes, I'll have it in my neck, I'll have it in my shoulders, my arms, pains in my back, legs, wrists, ankles. There isn't a day that doesn't go by where I'm not having some form of pain. I don't know how long it's going to be. It was worse a while ago, but the last month it's still there. The last month's there, but there's other things that I want to talk about in this video, and that's why I'm making it. And it's taken me so long to come back to you guys, but I'm still suffering from long COVID, and all of it kind of ties into your health, your general health, from beginning before you get COVID and after you've got COVID initially. It can have effects. Obviously, I'm a big guy, you know. It's I'm that way. I like to eat. Sorry guys, I do like to eat. It is what it is. But at the same time, I've always been a big guy, and maybe that's why. I didn't have no other health conditions. Let me make that clear. In October, before I got COVID the first time, I went to my doctors. I was having some pains in my ears, and they did a blood test back then, and they said nothing. They gave me some antibiotics to go, "You've got some form of ear infection." Cleared up 4 days, 5 days. I was back at work. October, November rolls around. I get COVID the first time. Got COVID the first time. Couple of days bad on the bed. Couldn't breathe. Difficulty breathing, and them kind of issues. Trying to get myself to normal, which I did. I was 2 weeks off from work with my son, and then I was 2 weeks off because I was bad. Actually, no, 3 weeks off because I was bad, and I did suffer a bit of fatigue back then. As it goes, I did suffer some fatigue back then. It was hard to breathe. That was the first time. This second time, obviously I've talked about it in my previous video about COVID the second time, and that has been ongoing. I suffer some serious pains. I was breathing difficulties at the start. I've got over that, but I can't get over the fatigue, guys, and I mean I can't get over it. I I tried a phase to return to work. I went for a day. 3 days I was back in bed, suffering, phoning the doctor. Doctors sent me for blood tests. So in total, guys, I've had 5 blood tests in the matter of 3 months, because they also want to check, have I got any other conditions, any other issues. And they've told me to start taking vitamins. Anybody who isn't taking any vitamin D, take vitamin D. It's vital. That's one thing. I didn't know the effects of having low vitamin D before COVID, and even if you haven't got COVID and you don't get COVID, vitamin D is vital. So let me put that there for you. I'm actually taking vitamin D. I was taking a 6 weeks high dosage course of 25,000 UI, and that was to get my vitamin D levels up. Now I'm on 1,000 UI daily, and I'm going to do that for a year. And I'm also taking other supplements now because I need to. Multivitamin, calcium, and I'm having what is it, omega-3 fish oils. There's all my vitamins there. I don't know if you can see them, but they're there. And I advise anybody that if you're not taking a multivitamin, take one at least daily, and take your vitamin D. It's vital. If you've got COVID, it does affect your vitamin D because your immune levels, and this is what they're saying to me, your immune levels are down. But like I said at the start of the video, I didn't have any other conditions. Let me make that clear. I didn't have any other conditions. I ain't got no heart conditions. Even though I'm a big guy, I don't have no heart conditions. I ain't diabetic. I haven't got any other issues. They've checked me. They've done blood tests, and they are checking me still. I'm actually going tomorrow for my first check. It's a X-ray on my chest for long COVID. It's the way they assess where you're at with COVID. It's how they assess you, is what they've been told. What I've been told. Sorry. They do an X-ray on your chest, and then from that they put you on the long COVID clinics. And in that, I don't 100% know what it's going to be, but from what I've looked online and what I've read and what the doctor says, it's basically getting me used to doing physical activity and other things, managing stress. And to be honest, guys, I'm not a stressed person most of the time. I'm not. Yeah, things in life haven't gone the way I always wanted, but nobody's life does, so you carry on. But having this COVID, I'll be straight with you, and I'm gonna have a second video following this one probably in the next day or two. It might even be the same day, depending on when I get a chance to upload this, because I'm worn out trying to edit the videos and get them up. But I'll tell you straight, I am fairly depressed being at home. I am serious when I say to you that it messes with your head. And it ain't the fact of, well, it is the fact people do say things that, I was about to swear, people do say things to you that you don't want to hear. But the thing is, they ain't suffering with this, and they ain't going through this. And I'll tell you straight, it messes with you. I got a son and a wife that I want to provide for, and I got a mum and dad that I live with that I want to provide for, because they've both retired now, and I want to do the most I can. And to be honest, I ain't with all that. I ain't really saying all that. People phoning me saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. And I'm not talking about just friends. I'm talking about family. There's nothing wrong with you. It's all in your head. It's not all in my head. I might look physically fine to you, but inside, I've started going to the gym. My GP says to me, do graded exercises. And I looked up what graded exercises are. They're like sort of like movement exercises, and I've tried that, but I need to push myself, because doing that phased return to work for one day and then having a week break, which took 4 days to recover, and then going the following week and the same thing happening, it made it very clear to me that there's something inside. I'll be honest with you, something inside me feels like it's eating away at me bit by bit, gradually. And I mean, some days, like yesterday, I'll be honest with you, yesterday I had the baddest headache I've had in a couple of weeks now. And I'm having them daily, but yesterday was bad. My eyes were hurting. I even asked my dad to go and pick up my son from school because I couldn't drive. I didn't want to drive. I just thought, the way my eyes feel, it's a risk. I'm a risk to people on the road. And obviously my job is driving, and I don't want to pose that risk to other people. It's not good, guys. Long COVID itself, I don't know how, there's other people that are suffering, and everyone's suffering differently. From everything I've watched and read and talked to people are suffering different things. For me, I'm having it all over. Like I said, I've done 5 blood tests, and they put me on these vitamins and stuff, and they're saying do all this. I went for a blood test last Friday. I should get my results tomorrow at the hospital, they're saying. But they're checking my vitamin B12. I want to say phosphate or something. They're looking at my creatine again, because they did tell me in the end of February that my creatine isn't producing, or I'm not medically up to what it is, but it seems that creatine has a part to play. Obviously people take creatine as a supplement, but your body produces it, and in that produce, you basically flush your body itself when your muscles take what it needs, and then you release it through a means that goes through your body. Basically you go for a wee, and it flushes itself out, and it's called creatinine. But my creatine levels are low, so my muscles aren't getting the protein it needs to produce. That's basically what I've got from it. But they're looking at that again, and hats off to the last doctor I spoke to, my last GP, because obviously every time you phone a GP, I don't know if you guys have the same, but I phone the GP and I speak to a different GP every time I phone, and there's never the same GP. But the guy I spoke to last, his name's Adrian Fletcher. He's a GP, and I swear he's brilliant. He says to me that you need to go on this long COVID. The other GPs here and there, but he's like, you need to go, you need to do something, they need to do something for you. So go on this long COVID clinic, and he's the one who's kind of arranged it all for me. So thank you to him. But yeah, it's not nice. Long COVID, it can last, and I swear it lasts. As you know, I still get phlegm. You can hear me in the video. I feel very nasal. It's depressing being at home. Let me get back to that. It's depressing being at home, and you suffer more because, like, for me now, I've got a family that I want to provide for, but now I'm not. My work have cut me down to SSP, and it's not a lot. And thanks to my wife, she's still going to work, and I can't believe the crap that she's put up with the last couple of months, but she has, and she's providing, and I'm trying to do my best to get back. I've gone to the gym. I'm doing the gym. I've tried to go 3, 4, 5 times a week, but at the moment I did Monday, and I had to have Tuesday off because I was in bed for 5 or 6 hours trying to recover in the day. I had an 8-hour sleep on the night. I've been to sleep last night 8 hours, and that's just to recover. I've been gym this morning, and I've come back. I've showered up and cleaned up, and it's taken me, what is it now, almost 12:30. It's taken me about 4 hours to get ready to do this video and bring this video to light. But all I can say is it's depressing because you can't do nothing, and it has its own mental issues which make you think some weird things. It takes you along some weird roads, but then your body, you're trying to do things that you ain't capable of doing, but you think you're capable of doing, and then you wear yourself out. And I mean, I'm worn out. Some days I went to work, I did the 8-hour shift, and 3-4 days it's normal. I was doing this job normal. It's 5-6 nights a week, and I did one night and I was out of it, and I mean literally out of it. My legs were hurting, my back was hurting, my neck was hurting, and I thought I could build myself up with a phase and get back to work and do the job, and I couldn't. And I'm hoping going on this clinic that I can get back to work, and I can do normal things gradually, and that's what it's coming down to. But it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not finding it easy. And so, guys, if you can avoid getting COVID, if you do get COVID, just understand that it's a long process. Your body is gonna react differently. Some people, I know, they're fine and they carry on like normal, but then there's the other people that suffer for a few weeks, like I did the first time. I suffered for a few weeks and I was back to normal. And then there's the people, like they're calling them long haulers or long COVID or whatever you want to call it. But in that bubble of long COVID, there's other things that go along that don't help. When people stress you out, your own mind stresses you out, you start suffering from depression, you start thinking about things. I've put more weight on. I lost weight last year when I went into my job. I lost quite a bit of weight. And now being at home again for 4 months, I put that weight on plus. I put plus, and I'll be honest, it doesn't do you no good in your self-esteem, and it don't do you no good in how you feel. And then people phoning you and saying, yo, this is that, the other, and you should do this and that, when they don't know what's going on inside you. The doctors don't know what's going on, so phone me and tell me, yo, work it out, man, you'll be all right. No, phone me and tell me, yo, some proper way of getting over it, because nobody knows a proper way of getting over it and getting back to normal. So don't phone me and say do this. Oh, I've had one person, and I ain't gonna name no names, and I ain't gonna say what is it, a friend or a family or whatever it is. I'm just gonna say to you, this person phoned me and says, yo, I don't think you're telling the truth. I think you're at home because you want to be at home. You think I want to be at home and not have no money for my wife and son, and not buy nice things for them and go out and have a nice time, and wake up, people. I've got another video coming, and it's going to be more in depth, not about this, but about people. I might even cut. I'm gonna edit some of this video out because you know what? There's things I want to say for that video that I've kind of mentioned in this. But long COVID, it is real. It is true, and I swear it's different for everyone. And you will feel things that you didn't expect you were gonna feel. Let me put it to you that way. If you do get it, and you do need help, get that help. You know, like, cause I'm going back to the gym, and I do a session. I do 45 minutes on the epileptic trainer, I think it's called, like a cross trainer, and I began at 20 minutes and I built it up over the last 3 weeks to 45. But I mean, it's I'm worn out, and then I do some weights, but I do them very light. I do them very light and do repetition. Just, you know, so I'm doing something. I'm getting active and I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get normal so I can go back to work and I can do my normal things. And hopefully, getting on this long COVID clinic, it might help, and there'll be more advice, and I'll bring that to you guys, you know, in videos, and tell you what they've done and what happened. But it's 4 months, guys. January, the middle of January, I got it, and we are in May. We're in May now, and it's not good. It's not good at all, and I hope you don't get it. I hope you don't get COVID, full stop. And if you do get it, because there are talks out there that everyone's gonna get it at some point. I hope you don't suffer the way I've suffered, and I'll be honest, I've suffered. That's how I feel. Peace, love, British Indian Gamer 1.